Let's get to the next game that we got. The other ranked game that we had this weekend. Very fun noon game. Number 23 Illinois outlasting number 21 USC 34-32. Let's go over to the highest grade players. Starting off with the Illinois Fighting Illini. Their highest grade player was wide receiver Hank Beatty, 81.8. Colin Dixon, wide receiver, 77.9. J.C. Davis, a tackle, 75.1. Desmond Stevens, a second, 68.4. Eric Gentry, the linebacker, 66.8. And then Luke Altmyer, 84.8, the quarterback for Illinois. Let's go over to USC with their highest grade players in the loss. Makai Lemon, 91.3. Walker Lyons, 75.5. Jaden Richardson, 71.7. Jacoby Lane, 70.4. Lake McCree, the tight end, 69.2. And Jaden Mayava, 83.6.
That's a Lincoln Riley top 5 right there is what that is.
It is.
I got my quarterback and 5 pass catchers. That is a Lincoln Riley top 5.
By the way, we had a typo on that graphic. I'll fix this real quick and get the next highest grade player. Eric Gentry plays for USC. So we'll get the last highest grade player for Illinois in a second. But Dalton, for you.
Did I put it in the wrong spot? That's probably on me.
That's fine. I'll get the next player out in a second.
Sure.
What told the story for you in this game?
So I think, look, we got a shootout, and we thought there was a chance there could be a shootout with the way, all of Illinois' man coverage and not having Xavier Scott, and USC's defense still kind of struggling. 19, this is my stat, 19 combined explosive pass plays we saw. We just saw a high-flying shootout, especially in the second half of the game when USC got to speed up their offense here. And USC, 11 explosive passes, Illinois with 8. Two different ways of going about it, though. Luke Altmyer with just 1 deep completion on the day. Illinois racked up 223 yards after the catch. USC really struggling in the open field to limit yards after catch and make tackles. And then Jaden Mayava, look, he made as many great throws as he possibly could. 5 deep completions. USC, out of those 11 explosive passes, 6 of them were Makai Lemon. He was just a stud out there. He was trying to will this team. Mayava and Lemon were trying to will this team back to a win here, took the lead in the last 2 minutes. But Jaden Mayava, on the flip side, 65% air yards percentage. So he was making all the throws. Altmyer making obviously solid throws, but letting his guys work after the catch. This was just, we got a high-flying shootout. We did. And I think what you see here is from both teams, some flaws on the defensive side of the ball. I think when you look at Illinois and the amount of man coverage they play, this was going to be not a great matchup for them. And eventually, they played well for 3 quarters, and then Mayava got hot in the 4th quarter. And USC, look, it's been the theme for how many years now? They got to figure things out on defense. They have to find a way to make stops, and they got a lead late in this game, and they still couldn't find a way to just make it. And with a great offensive team like this, it's not about giving up only 10 points all day or anything like that, but make stops when you have to. Right now, USC, that's still the one thing holding them back.
Yeah, so actually, Dalton, the data team, which, by the way, they're doing reviews in the moment right now, the top 5 feel like completely shifted for Illinois. So I'll redo the top 25 now. It's completely different, which is hilarious.
They've already messed with it?
They're already messing with it. The data team, it works all hours of the day. So
that noon all 22 comes in quick. Props to them, man.
It does. Luke Altmyer, 84.8. Hank Beatty, the wide receiver, 81.8. Then go to the defensive side of the ball. Matthew Bailey had a 76 grade in this game. Tamio Dorojai had a 71.2 at D tackle. Dylan Rojek, 70.5 at linebacker. Kurt Neal, 70.3 at D tackle as well. James Thompson Jr., 70.3 at D tackle. Who else is out there? I think I've Colin Dixon, 77.9, J.C. Davis, 75.1. I think it wraps up the top 5.
I'm telling you, those guys, you want to talk about, you guys think we're sickos? I'm telling you, our data team, they're at it.
Oh, the numbers are updating.
They are at it around the clock, man. I'm telling you, hundreds of guys working on 100-something games every Saturday and then getting right to the film reviews. And there's some guys working that Viking-Steelers game right now, the Dublin game right now. So, I mean, no, trust me, we got some real sickos on that data team. They're working around the clock.
Yeah, so anyone who doesn't know on this show, the numbers that we give you initially, those were our initial grades. The finalized grades will be Tuesday, right? I believe we have for college.
They're all for college. All the reviews, because there's so many games, they get done by the end of Wednesday. For the most part, they're all done. So it just takes a lot longer because there's so many more games. And then Sundays and Monday mornings are so dedicated to NFL because we have the quick turnaround on that. So they do change for college throughout the early part of the week because there's so many games. And then we switch right to NFL for the most part right when we wake up Sunday morning. Yeah,
exactly. So what we give you is our initial grades. But because we're very thorough here at PFF, we review it twice and 3 times over, I believe. Right?
There's a lot of discussions on plays that go through a lot of different people.
So we review it. It's not like it's a one-time, okay, we'll give them that grade and that's it. You never go back to that play ever again. No, we review it like 3 times, every single play for every single player, too, to make sure we have the most accurate grade that we can possibly get at for you guys, too. But, yeah, that's why the grades changed ever so slightly over the next couple of days. My stat for Illinois, 0.690 EPA per pass. Dalton, that is the best by Illinois in the PFF college era.
Oh, wow.
The most efficient passing game for Illinois in the PFF college era. How about this? 1 week after, negative 0.507 against Indiana, which was their worst since the 2021 season. Luke Altmyer had a 143.9 passer rating in this game, 20 for 26 for 332 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. He didn't have a big-time throw, but also didn't have a turnover-worthy play either. And what told the story for me, Dalton, in this game, he got the ball out at lightning speed. His average time to throw was 2.26 seconds. Illinois knew in that Duke game they had issues with pass protection, especially in the Indiana game. They had issues protecting Luke Altmyer. They knew they needed to protect their offensive line, ironically, and get rid of that football quickly, and they did just that. Only 1 sack on Altmyer all game. Luke Altmyer, 332 yards passing, 223 came after the catch for Illinois in this one. It wasn't the flashiest performance from Luke Altmyer, but it didn't need to be. He did his job exactly what was required of him in this game to take advantage of USC's defense. Fantastic job by the Fighting Illini of knowing what to do to emphasize their strengths on offense and attack USC's weaknesses while also minimizing their weaknesses on their offensive line, too.
Yeah, that was big time. They felt like they could get their athletes in space and make people miss out there. And Altmyer, I'll say this much. Is he the best quarterback in the country? No, but he's a veteran, a third-year starter for this team who understands the assignment. This is the advantage of having a veteran quarterback like this, that he's going to go out there and just do what it takes to win ball games. This is a big win for Illinois. Like you mentioned, bouncing back off of really probably one of the worst games they've ever played against Indiana last week, and to come back to set that EPA per pass record in our books for sure. Altmyer to lead the winning drive after USC stormed back and took the lead. Fantastic stuff from him. And I think, again, this Illinois offensive line and their big games, we're going to keep talking about it because it is a pain point for them. But Altmyer and his ability to work around it in games like this, that's what continues to give this Illinois team a pulse.
I have to shout out a guy on the losing team.
Oh, man.
Makai Lemon. What a performance from Makai Lemon, the USC wide receiver in this game. 91.2 receiving grade, 11 catches on 16 targets for 151 yards and 2 touchdowns. Another 6 first downs he caught, too. He caught 3 of 4 contested targets. He broke a couple tackles, too. And Dalton, it could have been 12 catches for 226 yards and 3 touchdowns if Gianri Reed, the Syracuse transfer at center, wasn't 1 or 2 yards downfield when he shouldn't have been for the ineligible man downfield penalty on USC's trick play in the second quarter. He could have had over 225 yards and 3 touchdowns on what could have been the deciding play for USC in the game and winning the game too. But he is a fearless player despite only being 5'11". He and Arizona State wide receiver Jordan Tyson right now are the contenders for me to be wide receiver 1 in the 2026 NFL draft. Both right now look like absolute locks to be at least first-round picks in that draft, too.
No, absolutely. Lemon with a performance like that was a – had they won – it's a legendary performance anyway, but had they won the game, it would have gone down in the annals, man. But to your point, Trevor right now on the big board, he's got Jordan Tyson 6 overall. He's got Makai Lemon 13th. That's how much he likes Lemon early in this process, and might even be higher than that after this game against Illinois. Again, a team that's got a good secondary in place, really tight, solid man-to-man coverage, but he was all the best. He really was the best player on the field on either side because him and Mayava just led the team back with the lead, and they just couldn't get a stop when they needed. Makai, yeah, that's what a first-round pick looks like.
Just the fact that 11 catches for $151 and 2 touchdowns is not even close to what it could have been. It could have been 12 catches for 226 and 3 touchdowns. Yep. It's just shows how incredible Makai Lemon is, and just an incredible player for him and USC right now.